Warmest welcome to Diane Thompson.
Good evening, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests. In the next 4 to 6 minutes I'm going to speak to you and tell you a bit about myself, 4 aspects of my life and the important role that books have played within this. Books have played a significant role in my life since childhood, and books have always been my friend, my educator, my counsellor. Books have made me laugh, made me smile, made me cry. Books have made me feel confident and empowered and given me lots of information, developed my knowledge and understanding. Books have also ruined my eyesight because I always used to read under bad light when my mum had told me to go to bed, and I'd strain my eyes to read books through the passage light when my bedroom light was turned off, and as a result had to spend over £3,000 to get eye surgery, but that's another story. So books have done a lot for me. Right, so the significant aspects of my life that I'm going to talk to you about are my childhood, motherhood, my career and my future ambitions. So in terms of my childhood, this is a book and I found it in my loft and I thought I'd bring it with you to share. Now this book is so tatty and old, but this book brings back fond memories. Because when I was a child growing up, we were quite poor and we didn't have lots of money for toys and expensive games. So our mum really instilled in us the value of reading, the value of education. Every weekend we would go to the library, but I remember this book always coming out every weekend, and my mum would sit me and my brothers and sisters down and say, right, you study it, you do it, and if we didn't study it too well we might get a slap as well, which wasn't great. But the result of it, though, I must say, is that from an early age I had a really good understanding of grammar, of punctuation, and there were lots of other study books that she gave us to read, but these things would help me. This is a book, another thing, since I was young I always wanted to be a teacher, and The Tiger Who Came to Tea was one of my favourite books. And as a child I used to sit down and I'd play with my brothers and sisters, and I would be the teacher and I would read to them and I would do the register and all sorts. So again, books for enjoyment, books to help me in my chosen career from an early age. Now I'm a mum. Okay, so I'm a mum, and I guess because my mum instilled that passion in me, I've had that passion about reading and about the value of education, since day one, and I made sure that I instilled that in my son. So even while I was carrying my son, me and my husband would always go and buy books for him ready. He must have had nearly a whole bookshelf full of books before he was even born. This was one of his favourite books. And this book is called So Much. And I remember when he was about 2 years old, every bedtime he always wanted us to read this book. This was his favourite. We memorised this book by heart because we had to keep reading it consistently, but he loved it. And I guess the best thing about these books was the fact that they helped us to really have that bond with our son and have that special time reading and really sharing good memories. So that's that book. In terms of my career, when I first went to university, I bought this book, and this book was one of my Bibles, and it was all about teaching primary maths. because as a child I didn't feel that maths was taught well to me, and I had a fear of maths, so I wanted to make it my duty to ensure that any child who I taught wouldn't fear maths, and they would be confident and have a real love for maths. And when I had a class, all of my children, they were confident, they loved maths, and you could come into our classroom on a Friday afternoon at 3:20 and we'd be cracking on with our maths work, and the children would love it. So this book has helped me, and it's helped my children to give them a love of maths. And the last two books, and I guess aspects of my career, are my future ambitions. I'm currently a deputy head teacher, and now I want to further my career and become a head teacher. So now I've got lots of books at home that should enable me, that give me lots more knowledge and understanding of how to become a successful and effective head teacher. And so that's why I've got this book, and also a book about target setting and goal setting, because I'm always continually thinking about how to set goals, how to obtain those goals and reach my targets. Books have played and continue to play a significant role in my life, because they've helped me to grow as a person, they've helped me to develop my knowledge and understanding, and they've helped me to really develop my mind and reach for the stars and actually grab some. And you know, I've been able to do that. And in the words of Frederick Douglass, he has said, once you learn to read, you'll be forever free. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests, thank you.